It's June 9th, 2013, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard. Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty.
I could hear you groaning
Oh, yeah.
inwardly every time Sim's mentioned, you just cringing.
Hey, alright, welcome to episode 380 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshy. Hello, Welshy.
Hello.
Hello, and we also have with us Ham. Hello, Ham.
Hello.
Hey, and Stryder is with us. Hello, Stryder.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, so before we begin, let me remind you all that this show is recorded before a live audience, of which you may be a part. You can listen in and message about the topics as we discuss them. Some links will be thrown into the chat window that probably follow along with the topics, but the other links that end up there by other nefarious people may cause issues for your PC
And
down the road.
now you got to Google nefarious.
Yeah, so finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language, adult themes, or some
Shit.
language that you don't know, and you have to Google,
Yeah.
apparently. Okay. So, we have E3 next week. This week, not
Which is
next
why
week.
there's not a lot of news this week.
So, yeah. I'll be there.
Is that Tuesday? Tuesday?
I don't know
kicks off, or
what'll be there. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, it must be Tuesday because I'm flying in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have a day, then it's a 3-day show, and then I come back on Friday. So that makes about sense. Seems right. I don't know what's going to be there, but you know what? We'll discuss what little bit that we know about E3 for this year so far. But in the meantime, we have some other topics that we can discuss. We can talk about how Amazon now has started an indie game portal to promote, the little guys, the smaller,
So
small things.
they're doing like Kickstarter squared kind of thing, except it's not
Well.
crowd-based funding. It's
It's already built.
Yeah.
already built. It's crowd-based distribution.
Well, we already knew that
It's-
Amazon had a store for Android-based devices, and that's what this is. It's just they're promoting indie-specific games as opposed to mixing them in with the rest.
I saw a quote somewhere, and it said that this is sort of an alternative to Steam's Greenlight, because rather than sort of give games the green light to say, yes, you can get on our storefront, they're more about making sure the games work and then just collecting it all and letting people decide what they want. So they aren't necessarily curating so much as just collecting.
Which is good. I mean, that's better than... I still, to this date, don't understand Greenlight.
Well, actually-
It's like Steam said, or Valve said, this is a fantastic idea. Let's put this on our distributions called, on Steam, and they just kind of stopped after they put it on there. It's like, okay, well, what are you going to do with this fantastic idea that you've got there? You're generating this hype machine, but I mean, you're greenlighting games that aren't built, and games that are built, you're not agreeing to distribute.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take this time, since we're on the subject of Greenlight, I want to take this time to say, in the past, I've defended it. You all have pretty much said, look, no, this is the way you all are doing this is a bad idea. It's a good intention, but it's a bad implementation. And I've tried to defend it, and I want to on record backtrack and say you all were right.
U-turn.
You all were right, and I was wrong. And
You must be American.
Jesus.
And I think Greenlight, I'm sort of in the same boat now, where I'm sort of almost confused about what it's supposed to be accomplishing as well.
Well, what was
Just wanted
it
to mention
specifically that changed your mind?
It was exactly what Stryder said. Games that are not built or barely there. It's sort of like we've got something that you can look at, and those games get greenlit, and then they've got games that are on other storefronts already. In fact, here's something. Mutant Muds, which is on the sort of the headline image right there for the indie game section. That's a game that Amazon, or not Amazon, but Steam would not put on the store, despite it already being on the Nintendo 3DS and having multiple like best game awards. It collected quite a few awards, and Steam would not put it on their storefront until it got greenlit. And
How were they allowed to do that? Because I'm referring to one of the other topics that we have here, where there's a developer that says they were rejected from Steam. They were not allowed to put something on the Steam store because they were on a greenlight page, and during that time they got a publisher. So they're getting go on.
Well, that's a good point, and it's a weird sort of stance for Steam to draw, because or act upon, whatever, because they probably saw that, look, Greenlight's going nowhere, but we've got a publisher approaching us saying, hey, we'll get your game on Steam, and they're like, yeah, fine, if we can get on Steam faster, all the better.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said they even abandoned their
page,
their
Greenlight page,
because they saw sort of how fruitless it was. Everybody.
Well, they got a publisher deal. Hey, you know what? A publisher comes along and says, "We'll do it for you." Okay, well, sounds good to me. Let's do that.
And then Valve and Steam, the Steam team, are like, "No, you've already got a Greenlight page. So now you've got to wait."
Yeah,
and
you might not ever get greenlit.
Yeah.
Is that right? Greenlit or greenlighted? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the proper past tense for that?
I think it's pretty good.
You're never gonna get lit up, man. Stay away from the green.
Yeah, so there's some issues with Greenlight, and that's what we keep saying.
Yeah. So you guys are right. Like, I believe it. I know I was trying to defend it. I'm like,
you were just misled, Ham. That's all it is. You were just misled.
So I think Stryder has pretty much made great points about it, and that's everything that he said is what I agree with as far as what's wrong with it and why it's not working.
Yep.
So
brainwash begins.
I was gonna say, did you just read that off a card?
Yes. Behind the camera where you can't see it is somebody's holding a gun to someone else's head with a card that says, read this.
Read this or the cat gets it now.
Yes. Yep, he checked over his shoulder. She's not listening. Okay, it's okay to say that. Go on. What's next? All right. Also going on, we have ARAIG. I don't or am I supposed to say ARAIG? I don't know. Gaming feedback suit. So if you already don't think you look bad enough, put on this suit. Wear this around the house. Forget to take it off and go to the store.
Serious?
And wear this while playing it. Yeah, what this thing does is, it gives you hit detection, so you feel the hits or the vibrations.
Oh, so
This is like the other one that had like the other one. Remember the other one that had like a compressor that came with it, and you had to so you get blasted halfway across the room.
I still like that room where it shot paintballs at you.
The real paintballs, yeah. That was good. This one might have that compressor too, Welshy, because look at the back. I don't know if you can see that here.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in. I don't know what that is on his back, but it's like he's
It's like you're just sitting there trying to play your games, and all you can hear is "ding" because you got this massive.
Sounds like the air compressor you keep in your car in case your tire goes flat along the line.
I don't. Because you only get shot in the chest or the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the helmet is sold separately, I'm sure.
Somebody else has a helmet, right?
And the leggings.
Well, this is actually on Kickstarter right now. You can't pick it up, but you could become part of the crowdfunding fund.
Again, I'm avoiding Kickstarter like someone has kicked me in the start.
You know what? I say... somebody's eventually going to find out, so I can't lie. I say that every time, too, but then something comes my way, and I end up giving them money. Yeah.
Because... seriously, I'm going to put something on Kickstarter just so I can get some money out of you, because that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah. Last week I threw money at a 3D printer, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We'll see. The fatigue is definitely setting in for some people, though.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to print my own suit.
Yes.
and print a
But, like,
cape and everything.
If you
Yeah.
go to this page, they haven't even built it.
No.
The suit,
That is the suit. Yeah, that's a
Artistic
digital
render?
yeah, because if you look at the
Photoshop.
blue circles, they don't line up with
I see.
the arm
Yeah.
on the side on one, like the
Yes,
profile shot. It
right over
doesn't
here.
line up.
Here, I'll zoom in. See? It's like off his shoulder.
And then you watch the video, and they're just showing you that suit, the I forgot, it's a sports protection suit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
like
to say
when
hockey,
you
but it's not hockey. It's something
Are
else.
they just circling the
The
little
points, maybe.
points of inlet just because you wouldn't see them?
Maybe,
Because I mean,
but it
face
just
it,
to me,
without all
it's
the
still-
without all the little blue circles, it's just going to look like a piece of hockey gear.
well, yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's like if you do like BMXing and stuff, you wear one of those because
That's what this is,
protection.
probably. Yeah. This is like a motorcycle or
Yeah.
BMXing kind of thing. Yeah, BMX. This is not big enough for motorcycle. But I don't know what that thing on the back is.
No,
This is going to be a
That's-
weird future of immersive games if stuff like this takes off. Like,
Well,
I don't want to sit there and wear.
You got
yeah,
this and the Oculus Rift.
And the Omni.
Omni.
Which I think is a very innovative idea, but no.
Just a
Okay.
giant inverted trackball.
No, it's not a trackball at all, actually. Actually, all it is a slippery piece of plastic that you run on. Really, that's all it is.
Awesome.
And what'll amaze you is you're watching this thing, right? And you're like, oh, well, look, it's just it's watching your feet and you're rolling on your feet on some. No, your feet are not doing any. You know what's going on here? If you watch the video and watch there's the stuff that's going on inside of it, there's a Kinect pointed at the guy, and I think the Kinect is picking up all his motion. I'm not sure, but I think that's so. All this does is allow you to run in place.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Again,
in that case, can't you just buy
I-
a treadmill?
Well, you
I
can't turn the
do
corner
not
on the
play
treadmill.
games to become physically fit.
No,
Really?
I don't.
That
Yeah.
that game that he's playing cannot be balanced for lean. And how do you go prone?
Dive
You
off
can
with
jump.
the treadmill.
You can jump, but you can't go prone. Yeah. Wait, you can't go prone in Call of Duty anyway. So what's the matter?
Oh, you can.
Oh, something crossed his path.
I tried to be
gotta work.
a nice guy and let the cat stay in here this time, but
That's
This
what
is
you
what I
get.
So is he wearing the Oculus Rift? He is wearing the Oculus
Yes,
Rift.
he's wearing the Oculus Rift while running inside of the plastic thing, and
and now sitting down. Because that's not enjoyable. I need to run around too.
Yeah. I
No,
just don't.
seriously.
If I was thinking, I want to run about. I'd go outside and I don't know,
Play paintball.
run. Yeah, or go play paintball. Actually, interact with other physical human beings in outside area, rather
Yeah, the
than just
graphics
running
aren't
in a.
that good.
No, that's true. No, and there's no respawns, so why even bother?
well, I think you can pick up a version of this for about $400 on Kickstarter.
Is there a waist thing where he's held
Yes.
in place there?
Yes,
Okay.
so that way he
Yeah.
doesn't. I guess too many people fell through the hole and cracked a skull.
Yeah, like they ran off it.
It's not just a flat piece of plastic. It's actually a convex.
Yeah,
Concave. It'd be concave.
with slippery
Big
soles
sole.
on your shoes.
Yeah, and you buy these special running shoes. Mama said they'd take me anywhere. It is kind of a neat idea, but
I think it's
seriously,
I think it's a great idea the way they designed it because it doesn't have any real moving parts, and that's what's
Yeah.
I think is great about it. Everybody's always trying to design these Omni treadmills, and you don't have to.
I just don't see the point. Like, I don't play video games to run up and down on the spot, and
no. But see, now what you can do is you can you implement this like if you're a exerciser, rather than just walking or running on a treadmill, you can actually put on a set of VR things or whatever, or if you want to just stand in front of a giant TV, and you can run along and actually be playing in or running in something. So like you could be running through Venice today or whatever. In case
I just saw in that video they were playing Arma 2. I'm buying one.
You really want to run that? Do you really want to run all those miles?
That's exactly my point. Because I definitely remember once playing a mission in that game and getting our helicopter shot down almost 2 or 3 minutes into it and having to run like 5 kilometers in game.
Which everybody knows is like 20 kilometers in real life.
Yeah, and it took like, it was like 40 minutes of just walking. And every couple of minutes going, oh, is that a guy? And everybody would drop to the floor and be like, no, it's just a tree. And then we carry on.
I don't think this would work for me. I'm a long-legged bastard. So the first thing I see me doing is stepping slightly too far and going ass over tea kettle.
Well, by the same thing then, I'm short, so am I gonna have the belt like around my neck?
Yeah.
You might.
It's gonna be like
a visor.
It's a chest version.
Breezy the Hobbit might be able to see you.
over the top, just you don't have to wear platform shoes.
Stilts.
Platform slippers.
Oh, but great idea. But I don't want one. No.
Yeah, and it's fun. Everybody can sit there watching you. Yeah.
I mean, I'd give it a go, but I really wouldn't buy one.
No.
Maybe it'll be at PAX.
Yeah, we can. We can. No.
Get incredibly drunk and run.
Hey, developer of Omni, go to PAX.
No, they're gonna make me wear that Oculus, and I'm gonna get sick again. Then you're gonna put me in a slippery thing while I'm sick.
You'll be able to control it because you'll be moving and looking around. I think that'll change things.
I don't know. Yeah, it's virtual stalking.
Why do they keep showing the Oculus Vision instead of?
I don't know. What they need to be showing is that Kickstarter
bad marketing.
BMX suit
There it is.
for the full experience.
Yes, you need the suit for the. Wow. Can you imagine the
They're working on,
outfits
like,
people are wearing?
They're working on like a ramp as well, piece to it. So if you want to like go up and down hills, I guess. Maybe. Is
Sort
that
of
what that is?
Change
So
grades.
the bottom of the whole thing moves.
Does it come with
Get your
orthopedics?
easy legs on you. Come home drunk and decide to play a video game, and all these people are dying. Why are they dying?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to possibly be happening over at E3. Okay. Next topic. Because it's nothing.
Can we quite literally just not talk about this anymore?
Well, we can talk about how there's going to be some an all-access broadcast happening. Actually, supposed to be happening today. It's a pre-E3 access where they're going to be showing off Call of Duty Ghosts. If you're interested in joining the fanboy thing on that, yeah.
The funniest thing, although I did have something that made me laugh with this, which was the dog. Firstly, that they have the dog and it's become a kind of an internet thing. And two, there's a genuine bit in like an interview where they went, yeah, the dog is modeled after we got a real life military trained dog in and scanned it, and I just thought, gee, like.
Well, that was the thing on the tech, the description of the tech, and they went all into this dog and how they had, you know, everything about this is legit, right down to the scars and the tattoos in his ear and all this stuff about the dog and the fur and the teeth and the saliva and everything. And I'm thinking, they're not even going to see that. It's going to be a fucking pixelated dog running at you, and they're going to either knife it or be laughing because it's their dog. Seriously, you guys, if that's all you're focusing on, you know, it's like Francis says fuck, I still laugh at that. Maybe I'm not the target audience.
I'm not their target
Duty has
demographic.
dogs now.
That was absolutely brilliant, that video.
But it is interesting that what has happened silently this week regarding Call of Duty, and that's that the COD and the COD UO master servers have gone dark.
I didn't know.
Really?
People that are playing Call of Duty and Call of Duty UO, which is still, both of those games are still heavily played. The master servers have gone dark now, so they cannot search for servers in that general way. You can still connect to your favorites and connect directly, but if you don't have a master server ping, there's nothing to search for a server on. What the deuce?
Yeah.
Hello, cat.
Jeez, man.
I'm waiting for the cat to lay on the keyboard.
It's making it very difficult for me to allow him back. Ever
Coach, you want a
again.
blind or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, this all access broadcast or whatever, it's just supposed to be more description of the hype and
Yeah.
the features and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I'm just not interested. Really, I'm not. It's going to be
Doesn't
another
give a
console
shit.
game that is humorously, supposedly pushing the limits of the new Xbox, but it sounds like the limits of the new Xbox are the same as the limits of the old Xbox.
Oh, speaking of the Xbox, some updated things on that. That it doesn't require a constant internet connection, but it's going to require you to connect to the internet at least once every 24 hours.
Or if you're playing at somebody else's once every hour.
I was
Yeah.
wondering, how is that going to work?
It'll just lock the
It's
game
not.
out. It'll be
It's-
like
yeah, it'll-
PlayStation.
it'll
Sorry,
be like
we can't. Yeah, we can't. You can't watch this movie until you update.
So there's going to be a lot of people that think of the people in the army that play Xbox.
Yeah, that was the big thing that I read was the military personnel that they take. They have
Right.
Xboxes. They get when they get some downtime, they get to play, and that's awesome. But now they can't because they don't have internet.
Well,
It's
are they going to be able
Well,
to
they
use
do.
it?
mess.
It's just like,
I don't
okay.
No, it's just the marketing geniuses at Microsoft are just spot on. I don't understand what they're doing.
I think I may have said this a couple weeks ago, but even if I did, I'll say it again. It feels as if someone or some group is trying to ruin Microsoft from within, because all their latest releasements and announcements and products have all been sort of almost obvious that these things suck, and yet they continue to go on and release them. From Windows 8 to Windows Phone 8 to the latest iteration of Office to now the Xbox One. I mean, even from the name down to the features, it's all like designed to piss people off. It seems, and I just don't get it. It doesn't take a genius to know that this is a bad idea. Come on, kitty cat.
Check out this quote. Check out this quote, though. The minimum suggested speed to maintain a connection for the Xbox One is 1.5 megabit per second.
Uh-huh.
So dial-up won't work either?
No.
No.
Nope.
All right, well,
There's not that many places that have dial-up anymore, is there?
I don't know, but we're supposed to find out a lot more about
yeah.
this. Yeah, there are,
AOL is
actually.
getting-
There's quite a
You'd be
few.
surprised.
Yeah.
One of the original members of the MODSonair show, Red Rum.
Yeah. I think you just gave up on internet, period.
I would too.
Honestly.
Yeah. But we're supposed to find out a lot more here regarding the Xbox One at E3, so that's actually a very good topic.
But it's also interesting because I sent you that one topic that Microsoft has canceled its E3 post press conference with a round table with the media.
Post-press, right. They're still going to be talking about it during the show.
During
they're
the
not
show,
gonna-
but they're
yeah.
not going to take Q&A,
No.
and they're not going to have a round table.
Yeah,
It's just
that
means
because everybody's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, the rumor is that they're having trouble with the ESRAM yields, which essentially means that they're going to downclock the Xbox One GPU and be less powerful than they're touting. And the quote here is the Xbox 360 and PS3 are about 200 gigaflops each. The PS3 is at 250. We use around 400. The Xbox One, they said they were going to have a 1.2 teraflop system. It's only going to be around 800 and 900 gigaflops now. The PS4 is 1.8 teraflops.
Basically, the memory inside the system can't handle it. Right?
So they gotta slow down the thought process of the Xbox One because it can't handle it. So they're saying it's going to be, obviously the PS4 we knew was coming out more powerful than the Xbox One. This was going to be 1.2 with the Xbox, 1.8 with the PS4. Now it's going down to 800, which is 0.8. So it's going to be less than half as powerful as the PS4.
I still got some time to maybe alter that.
Sorry, barely 3 times. Well, yeah, barely 3 times what the Xbox 360 is pumping out right now.
I know at the start for the PlayStation 3, just because the system architecture was so different, Sony was having some problems getting some yields. I know they had like a 20% yield rate at the beginning of PS3 production. But I guess we'll see what happens, because it'll be a real shame if they've got to go back and alter the specs.
Well, we know we're not going to find out anything E3, what the specs are, or they're not going to talk about specs. The show is not going to be regarding hardware. They're only going to be showing us cutscenes and pre-rendered video of games that they plan on having released on the Xbox One. That's all we're going to see at E3, I think.
Stuff that really runs well.
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh so hard if during their press conference at E3 they get blue screens. I'm going to laugh so hard, because that's going to happen.
They're not going to talk about TV at all ever during the E3, because that's all they did during the reveal. It was like, you can watch TV on this, and TV. Remember, you can do this while you watch TV.
It's the funny thing is even with this 24-hour check and the clarifications on the 24-hour thing, where you can play offline for 24 hours, or you can play at your friend's house offline for 1 hour, and then it has to connect. But if you're disconnected, you can still do things like watch Blu-rays and TV.
But how can you watch TV if you've got no internet connection?
No, because you're watching cable.
Because it's
okay.
It's an HDMI input into the Xbox and then right back out into the TV.
It's so weird if they even say that.
Stupid.
To me, it's like, because like I don't have an expectation to watch TV on my TV, like without an Xbox working.
No, they want to make sure you have Bing right there.
Going back to the Francis rant.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But then, if you do, you can always use your old Xbox this week to watch how they're going to promote the new Xbox.
And then they're going to shut you down.
Each day they're going to stream it on Xbox Live.
They're going to send out a code to all 360s. They'll all red ring at the same time.
It'll be like that.
I like that idea.
Episode of The Simpsons where all the machines rise up, but it'll just be Xboxes.
And what do? They just kind of sit there and melt?
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll have a message telling you to turn off your Kinect if you're going to watch it on the Xbox. Because did you all hear about this? How during the presentation, the original presentation that's revealed the Xbox One, that people that had a Kinect hooked up to the system, as the people on the reveal were saying like Xbox on or Xbox do this, the Kinect was picking that up and like screwing his Xbox, and a lot of people kept getting dumped back out of the stream. You didn't hear about this?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. A lot of people kept getting dumped out of the live stream because the Kinect would pick up when a command was given for the Xbox, and it would take them out of the stream. So it's like I don't know who didn't think that through, that people will watch with the Kinect hooked up, and I think things would happen, but I don't know.
Microsoft's thought process is not thinking to the end. They're thinking flash in the pan, and that's really they're gonna fizzle out and like just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried because I don't know who's going to step in, because I don't really want to use Apple's operating system. Really?
No, let's use Androids, right? Let's use Google's Android operating system. There's still. Oh yeah, right. There's still some of those coming out though. The Android systems. Which one was it that was also announced? I'm trying to find that. Was it Mad Catz?
Yeah, Mad Catz.
Mad Catz announced something called Mojo. Yeah, Mojo. I lost my mojo. Yeah. There you go. So they're going to be announcing something at E3 for Android gaming, which the Ouya. Come on, that's what the Ouya is. So Mad Catz is going to mention something of their own. Now Mad Catz is known for creating controllers and stuff like that. So I'd expect some sort of controller that plugs into the TV. Really? What? You didn't know they were known for controllers?
No, that's peripherals.
Yeah, peripherals, controllers, keyboards, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mice.
Guitars.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, Mad Catz did the stuff for Rock Band.
I just remember the mice and the keyboards. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna end well for a lot of people with all these Android consoles. You've got Ouya, Game Pop, Game Stick, the Mojo, the Nvidia Shield,
Ouya Mojo, Pop Stick Ouya Mojo Shield,
and I think there's probably one more I'm forgetting as well.
Phone.
The phone, yeah. So you've just got this collection of all these different sort of consoles, all targeting the same group, and all these companies expect theirs to be successful. It's just a lot of people are going to be turned off. Like, I don't need this because everything that you're trying to give me, I've already got on my phone.
Well, yeah. That's how their phones became fragmented.
Yeah.
So it's happening again.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Apple's keeping up. They'll release something on their TV and everybody will clamor for that? No.
Yep.
Nobody will. Nobody cares. Apple's going down. All right.
Apple's got TV.
Apple's got another 2 years left, and they better do something or they're gone. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. There's too many fanboys, so they won't be gone.
No, because
There's people burning their iPads right now.
No, it's all those people that have the Apple stuff. They're like, yeah, I paid for an Apple. I can't say it's bad because I got sucked into it.
I'm still paying for it
great.
10 years later. So expensive. All right.
I swear to God, there is still people out there with the original that Apple flip up thing. They're like, yeah, I paid $7,000 for this, man. It's the best thing. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It needs upgrading. Have you looked at it? It's a piece of shit. No, it's the greatest, man. Well, it's more reliable than a PC. Maybe in 1980.
Okay. What else is going on over at E3? We have Wolfenstein.
Stein.
So they're going to be. The hell are they? They're just showing off something over there for the Xbox One, the PS4, the PC, the Xbox 360, and the PC.
Wolfenstein, the new order.
It's PCs in there twice. Okay.
Yeah, it's the new Wolfenstein, which, when they first announced this, the question was, do we really need another Wolfenstein?
No.
I've got hopes because of the developer alone.
Yeah.
But we
Ham.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Stay away.
Stop with the hopes.
Look,
all your hopes and dreams will just get shattered. Again.
I'm just saying, the developer has good pedigree. I don't think we need another Wolfenstein game, though. I will say that I don't think that was needed.
That's the question is why is everybody churning out a franchise game or another sequel? Come up with something fucking new. Come out with something that everybody can just clamor around and say, "Wow, look at this! This is new. This is cutting edge." No, they're
why would I
rehashing
come up with
the
something new
same
when I can just
story.
remake stuff?
Yeah, but is that benefiting anybody? All you're going to do is sell it to the fanboys. Sell something that's going to massively take everybody away from every other game. That's what you want to do. And an old title is not going to do it. A rehash of the same storyline is not going to do it. Come up with something new. That's why Call of Duty was successful in the beginning. Now it's riding a dead horse. That's why Medal of Honor. That's why Medal of Honor was successful. Except they just tried to ride that dead horse. And unfortunately, they didn't come up with anything new in it, and the horse ended up rotting on them. Battlefield is doing the same thing. They are not coming up with anything that is innovative. When they have something that's innovative and everybody likes it, they're like, oh, we can't do that. We got to do something different now. Yeah, I know you all like that, but we're going to go do this. And you'll like this too. Did that work? No. Game developers need to come up with something new. And it can't be these phone games. If you want people to play your game, put some effort into and I mean, I'm not shitting on indie developers or anything like that, but these AAA titles that are coming out are just rehashes, and nobody is thinking, hey, if we did something that people actually liked, they're going to pay money for it. Instead, they're like, hey, we're going to do the same thing we did last time because people will pay money for it because they did last time.
Yeah, they don't want to risk taking a loss. And that's the problem. So no risk, no reward. And,
but they're not even taking any risk nowadays because they're trying to crowdsource the funding for the entire fucking game. I swear you're going to see Call of Duty's next title on Kickstarter. Swear. And then after it gets $1 million worth of funding, which will happen because there's enough retard fan people out there, they'll just, oh, Call of Duty, I'll pay money for that. Here's my $70. What am I getting? I get
worst part is I can see the advertising already. It's like you get to be part of the game.
Your
like,
name's in the game.
I can just see it right now. So,
we'll let you play it this time. That's how you can be part of it. Otherwise, you just have to watch the cutscenes only.
No, it'll be you pay $60 and your name will go on a wall. It'll be like the memorial wall in Washington. Your name will go on a wall, and you can walk around in there and stand there trying to find your name on the wall, and someone will shoot you. You'll be like, fuck, and you'll have to start all over because that's what they'll do.
And if we reach our stretch goal, we won't charge you as much for DLC.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
DLC is just another wall.
Again, it is. It's another wall. You can pay to see the other side of the wall. Unlock the wall now.
I think...
You know what? I bet something like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
There was already the one game that said that if you paid X amount, you'd have a statue model of you in the game. I don't remember what game that was, though, but it wasn't Call of Duty, but still.
Not yet.
Not yet. Wall 2.0. That's a new game you can have on the iPhone. Interactive wall. You just keep scrolling around, looking at the wall at different locations.
Is that another Peter Monolou game?
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's the next one.
You'll feel connected to this wall.
Well, we're all about bricks, and we've got the wall. And everybody feels a communal sense of gaming because they're looking at the same wall, and I could be looking at this wall, and you could be watching me look at the wall. We can all look at the wall.
And they all want to know what's on the other side.
The same wall as me. I feel so connected.
And if
you can release DLC.
Just 20 cents, yeah. If you pay 20 cents, you can look at another. You can get different colored bricks for the wall.
Get blackboarding. You can run your nails across the blackboard. Yeah! And everybody that's looking at that wall will hear that sound. Foyle writing all these down. He's like, "Fuck, this is gold, kids."
Gold, I tell you.
The mystery of the stain on the wall. What is it?
What is it?
And the community solves this together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it chocolate? Is it urine? Is it hobo blood?
Exactly. I was just thinking that's a telltale game waiting to happen.
All right. Yeah, another game. Another game that's going on. This one's going to be called Daylight. Now, this one I don't think we've heard of, have we?
heard of it, but
Psychological thriller from Zombie Studios, and this one's going to pop out on the PS4 first, but early next year it's supposed to be on PC.
Oh, this is the one with the Unreal Engine 4, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. So they went the other way. Instead of with the wall, they went with the hall.
The wall is the secret.
What's at the end of the hall? Yeah.
You can't have a hall without two walls.
No.
That's wall 2.0.
Oh, well, that's how you do it. That's how you get away with it. You make a phone game, and to put it out on the PC, you put it on a phone in the PC version of the game, and you play it on the virtual phone. Okay.
So that really told us shit about
Yeah.
this game.
Told us
Yeah.
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I remember one of the guys in the studios at the studio was stopped at like a red carpet event, and he was asked what the Unreal 4 added, what the engine added, and come on, cat.
It's like a cat freeway.
Or he was asked what it added, and I think the only thing he really came up with that sounded okay was that they've got like a system in there called Blueprints, where you can sort of, I guess, construct rooms or construct maybe schematics of rooms and have the engine tie these things together randomly. And that was supposed to be one of the features of this daylight thing, is that every adventure, every session is going to be slightly different, which is fine. That re-enables playability, but if it's going to be a boring game, then I don't want to replay it.
True.
It's not a hallway shooter, it's a hallway walker.
That's what it looks
And
like.
at the end of the hallway is a room, which the last time you
With
played it, you
walls.
turned right out of the room into another hallway. This time, you have to turn left. Dun dun dun.
At least 2 variations.
You know, I like the idea of the dynamic map, so that it changes. Things don't become stale. I'd like to see something like that in multiplayer, where it's not the same map every time. It's the same map, but it changes, and therefore.
Valve, I got really excited about that when they put that in Left Dead 2, because it was like, oh, now you can have like, one time you go this way, and the next time you play the level, it's blocked off, so you have to go the other way, and they just didn't. Typical Valve, they just didn't take it any further.
No, I know.
But even
just
then,
like,
it was not dynamic to the point of
No.
it was like, okay, it's either going to be path 1 or path 2. That's
No, you could have.
and it
I think you could have as many paths as you wanted. It was
Well,
more just
still.
along the lines of the
But-
AI mesh, because it would then be so big that it was just like.
Yeah, but the thing is you're still okay. So you're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paths. You're only going to have those options. So once you figure out what those options are, it changes things. So you need to have where it's not randomly generated, but so that something is changed every time, and it's random what changes.
Yeah, exactly. Like your camping sniper spot is now not there because that truck isn't turned over.
Yeah.
So Boo wants to know, what are we excited about for E3? And that's what we keep saying, nothing.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the end credits as I just typed in.
the end of E3, because then we can get on with our lives. Everybody holds on to all their technology and basically their releases and all the news. Like this week is almost dead with news because everybody's kind of holding their breath for E3, and at the end everybody's going to go like, I held my breath for that shit.
No, I hope that's when they release all this great news, and then we're surprised instead.
I'm still a little bit interested in Watch Dogs, but it's very, it's just
Well, Why isn't that released already?
I don't know.
Isn't it
Great
time?
question.
Oh, and
I mean-
actually, Konami's meant to be there, so I'm kind of a little bit interested in the new Metal Gear Solid. But other than that, I'm just a little bit interested. But
E3 is not what it used to be, and they're trying to make it that by saying to all these devs, "Hey, hold on to all your titles," and these publishing companies, hold on to all your releases and all your press stuff until E3, because everybody's going to be there. Blah, blah. You know, you can't force an event to be as good as it was before you killed it, and I think that's part of the problem. Is E3 is still not that great of an event anymore.
I know. Ever since they turned it into an airport hangar event. It's- yeah.
I think we're probably going to end up seeing these conferences move the way of what Nintendo's doing this year, which is we're not going to have anything live.
Okay.
We'll be in our own environment, pre-recorded basically, or we can do it live from some remote location, and everything is sort of very measured. And,
yeah, exactly. That's very measured, which is just what I was about to say. I lost a lot of interest in E3 when they sort of brought it back down and made it really exclusive to get in, because now you're essentially reading the stuff you watch and the stuff you read is just very controlled. So there's people aren't there asking questions like, why are you doing this ridiculously stupid idea? It's more like, oh, this is amazing, and that bothers me because it's very controlled now. I suppose it always has been very controlled, but even more now, because now you can watch online.
Manipulated. It's manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the chat here, the leaks, it's manipulated. People aren't leaking things accidentally. They're getting leaked on purpose and on schedule.
Yeah.
These early leaks of things is on purpose. And people are like, "Oh, it's a leak. Ooh, I'm all excited about it." No, fuck off. It's part of the media hype bandwagon that these not developers, that these publishers are using to try and manipulate sales and interest in their product. Wake up, people. Seriously. I can't be the only one out here that's got some sort of a conspiracy theory about this. And I'm not too far off the mark. I would put money on it. Oh, we didn't want to talk to you anyways.
I'd agree that there are companies that very strategically drop bits of information here, and it's like, oh, that wasn't authorized. We weren't supposed to let you know about that.
Yeah. DICE is the big one, right? No, not DICE.
Yeah.
I was going to say. No, I'm trying to think of what is it? Take-Two with all the GTA stuff. They purposely do that.
Yeah, but so does EA with the and see, DICE is the developer, so I don't think the developer has as much to do with it as the publisher.
Well,
but EA does it with the Battlefield series.
Take-Two does it
with
as
the
a
Call of
publisher.
Duty series.
As a developer. Take-Two does it as a developer, right? Isn't Take-Two the developer? Shoot.
Take-Two Publishing.
Because they put the hot coffee mod and stuff like that in there on purpose.
This game won't be released until 2016, but we're gonna put the listing on Amazon for a day before we say, "Oh, yeah, we weren't supposed to do that."
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, that went live a little early.
And Amazon actually has no control over that. It is the seller who puts that stuff in listed and makes it public.
Oh, that's right. It is.
Can I pre-order Call of Duty 20 yet?
Well, did we talk about the pre-order leak of Destiny? Isn't this the next Bungie game? Yeah, it's the next Bungie game, Destiny.
I don't think we did. Let's talk about it.
Oh,
I'm
not sure
this is the
there's
next
to
leak.
talk about.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Here's some leaking. It's I don't know. There's nothing.
I wonder
really,
if the urine game was leaked.
there's been a lot of silence, a lot of vague stuff, a lot of buzzwords around Destiny. It's it's going to be an experience to encompass all experiences. It's going to let people connect.
yeah.
All these things that could be applied to anything.
It's the next Halo game, right?
That's
It's
gonna
the
be their
next
attempt.
Halo game that you're going to need that little walkie con thing, and you're going to need the Oculus, and you'll already have your Xbox set up with your what the fuck is that thing called? The thing that watches you, the Xbox thing that watches you. Connect.
Yeah.
So you're going to have the Xbox One Connect, the Oculus, and the Omni. And you'll get to play Destiny. If not, no Destiny for you.
From all the vague attempts to describe it, it sounds like an MMO, like an FPS MMO.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was thinking PlanetSide when I saw that. Yeah.
If it's not sucky, I might be interested in setting up, because I've got that big projection TV projection home theater thing. I could set that up, set that walkie dealy up there, and have the Oculus on and just enjoy myself. I could charge people $50 an hour to play it or something, because something's going to make it worthwhile. But if it's sucky, who's going to Morphus? Who's going to invest in that? And but you're missing the cost of the Oculus, the cost of the Omni, the cost of the.
We can see exactly who's going to invest in that, because they are on Kickstarter.
Sucker.
It's the same people who already pre-ordered their Xbox One at GameStop.
Oh, you can pre-order it already?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. It's GameStop. Come on.
Yeah.
They're not going to turn down your $10.
No.
Okay. What else do we have here that we haven't talked about? Dice's surprises that are so vague you have no idea what's going on. We already talked about how you can probably get your hands on the Microsoft Xbox One at E3 and how they're going to be showing off everything except for
Well, no,
games.
you can't.
the hardware.
Because only media and in the industry get to go.
Oh, get to go to the show.
Yeah. So
Okay.
no, you don't.
I do.
And then it'll be in a glass box that nobody can touch.
That'll happen.
You'll get to touch the prototype of the controller.
Yeah.
It's got an X button.
I touched the X button.
Who wants to touch me?
Well, I'll
Look,
tell
here's
everybody
Windows
about
8.
it. I'll tell everybody about E3 and how lackluster or how wonderful it was
Lackluster.
on the next show. Well, except Stryder. I won't tell him because he won't be here. No. But I'll tell everyone else.
I don't know. I don't know what exactly to expect, but I do expect to be disappointed. And I that's the vibe I'm getting from a lot of people now.
That's awesome. You're starting to learn to set the bar low, Ham.
We've finally beaten him into submission on that.
There you go.
All right. I really hope to be surprised. I hope everything turns out great. We've just been hurt too many times to hurt me, man.
I want to. There's a topic down lower on the list there.
Go for it.
I found it interesting that the interest in the PS4 not only rose after the Xbox One reveal, but so did their stock prices.
Yeah.
Sony's stock prices raised almost $5 a share after the Xbox One reveal. They're like, no, we got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. What you're looking at here in this is the left circle. That blue part is interest in the PS4, and on the right one is the larger interest in the PS4. Xbox One is the green.
Yeah.
So after the reveal, it goes spikes up.
The
upward.
gray is neither. People who are interested in neither one.
which those people have
Actually
PCs.
rose. Yeah, that one actually rose as well a little bit.
Those are the ones that were holding out hope, and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm going back to
I'm
PC.
done.
I'm done with
Yep.
this shit."
And so now that Microsoft has said, look, you aren't going to be allowed to ask questions after our presentation is over. People, of course, are going to go and ask Sony and probably scrutinize them even more so since they won't be able to ask Microsoft any questions about the Xbox. And they're going to ask how much of what the Xbox is doing that we don't like, how much of that is going to be on PlayStation 4, because Sony hasn't been completely revealing yet. We don't know everything just yet. We've been told that there's not going to be
which
an
is
online
odd
requirement.
because they had like a 4-hour press conference to reveal the PS4, and they said nothing other than we've got an X on our controller too.
So we don't know. From the sound of it, or I guess I should say from what I've read in various places, Sony has said that used game sales are going to be left up to the publisher, and we all know how publishers feel about used games, so it's probably not going to happen for the PlayStation. So we'll see how it all boils down. But a lot of people are saying, "Oh well, the PS4 is going to be my go-to now that the Xbox has proven itself to be anti-customer."
Mm-hmm.
But the PS4 could pretty much end up being in the same boat. So a lot of people should take a stance of not saying, "Oh, it sucks, I'm going to want the other one." It should really be about like, are either one of these things treating me correctly? And if not, then
Which is why
I'm done.
you should go back to PCs. It all started with PCs. Don't go back to the console. Don't fall into that console trap.
You don't understand. There's too many buttons.
There's too many buttons. Yet there's a phone that has that same full keyboard.
You know what? Boo made me think of another thing that I should bring up, which is probably not directly related, but it sort of is, because we're talking about the Xbox, and we happen to know that they have the Kinect. Well, somebody came out with this product called the Wisee, Wisee. Okay, here's a link for anybody. And what this is it bombards your house with Wi-Fi signals, and what it returns back is your gestures wherever you are in the house.
That's creepy.
So it doesn't need line of sight. It doesn't use a camera. It uses wavelengths,
But yeah.
like sonar.
Welcome to the cancer house.
Yes.
But given what's just been revealed in the States regarding the NSA, I'm not sure I'd want that anywhere near me.
Well, aren't they? They were already, I don't know if the NSA, but I swear I read that some law enforcement agencies were already doing this. They were using the Wi-Fi in the person's router to essentially like a sonar device. So bounce a signal and figure out, okay, this is how long it took to get back. So this is we know there's something in this. And they raided a crack den or something. I swear that I'm not making that up. That definitely happened.
It sounds familiar. I don't know the details though, but it rings a bell.
I'm gonna stand out my neighbor's house when they get an Xbox One or gets this Wisee and start waving my arms and controlling their TV. Yes. Okay. All right, that's it. Unless you guys want to bring up any of the other topics, because we did our thing.
We did it.
I just want to say
It's been
the
done.
game we talked about near the top of the hour, the one that is not getting on Steam because we publisher Greenlight Headaches, is called Paranautical Activity. Nautical is in like a boat or something, but Paranautical Activity. And I recently picked it up, and it is nice. Actually, I'm a little bit jealous because I had the idea. I had the idea for a long time, probably since The Binding of Isaac came out, and the game mentions, like on its description, it's inspired by sort of a cross between The Binding of Isaac and Quake. So it's randomly generated levels, an FPS, and sort of like this weird roguelike permadeath hybrid type thing. But the game is fun. I picked it up, and it's really fun. I wish I had made it first. And it's worth looking at videos for. So just wanted to throw that out because I realized that we talked about this game. I was not getting on green light, but then we didn't mention what it was in case people were interested.
Ham's corrections.
So,
Follow-up of a follow-up. Yes, what else?
Yep.
yes. That's pretty much it.
In tomorrow's news, cat for sale.
Enjoys walking across the cameras.
Loves kitty. Who loves kitty?
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? No. Yes.
Probably
no.
Mm,
Okay.
Nope.
All right,
Lots of
then.
things.
That's for the preamble. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you, Welshy, for joining us today. A couple times, actually.
No problem.
Uh-huh. Ham, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Stryder, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's always an adventure.
It's something else, isn't it? All right, finally, I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com. You make it possible. Until next weekend, everybody. See you at E3? No, but I'll talk about it. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
I bought something from you last week, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, my BlackBerry is not working.
What's about it? Run out of juice?
No, it's completely frozen.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'll tell you what. Let's try it on orange.
That's got a few black spots, you see.
Oh, dear, yeah. Sorry about that.
Well, she's killing himself at this.
Well, it could be an application issue.
Yes and no.
Where'd you store that BlackBerry?
It's on my desktop.
Because
Well, you could
no,
try using a mouse
because
to drag the
that
BlackBerry
is
to the
Ronnie
track.
Corbett of the Two Ronnies fame.
The Two
who was-
Ronnies.
Might want a launch
Yeah, who was
from the desktop.
possibly changed the entire face of British comedy in the like the early, and he's kind of reduced to this.
Well, it might be worth waiting a couple of weeks. They got the latest Blackberries coming in then.
Well, could you give me a date?
Certainly.
Let me put that date in my diary.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I've also got a problem, to be honest, with my apple.
Oh dear, that is an old apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you buy that?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, they brought out 2 new apples since then. What's the problem with it?
Well, I'm trying to put my dongle in it. It won't fit.
Oh, yeah. And how big's your dongle?
Well, I don't know much about these things, but my wife's seen a few dongles in her time. And she says it's a little bit on the small side.
Well, I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do about that. Tell you what, let me try booting it. No, it's crashed. Anything else I can help you with?
Well, funnily enough, yes, my grandson's birthday soon, you
yeah.
see. Now, he's already got an apple and a blackberry. I mean, have you got anything else that you might just like?
Well, we're doing a special offer on these. I mean, I can't make head or tail of them, but the kids seem to like them.
Okay.
Xbox.
There you go.
Boom, boom.